Hi, everyone. Welcome to day 3 of the 4th annual Women Teach Trading and Investing event, brought to you by TradeOutLoud and Timing Research. So we are recording each of the presentations individually, and those will be available on TimingResearch.com, as well as the Timing Research YouTube and podcast channels. Also, please keep in mind that all information or all these presentations are for information purposes only, and be sure to consult with your financial advisor and broker before you make any trades or changes to your financial situation. Also, there's a full list of disclaimers available on TimingResearch.com. So today we are getting started with a second presentation from Tanya-Gaye Olopade. And I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to her.
All right. Thank you so much, David and Anka. I appreciate you both having me back again. Good morning to everyone, or afternoon, evening, depending on where you are logging in from. Just wanted to make sure everyone could hear me okay. If you could just chat a quick Y if you can hear me and see my screen. Just wanted to make sure. Don't be shy. All right, I think, okay, perfect. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you. Okay, perfect. All right, so this morning, we're gonna be talking about, I wanted to showcase our software. A little bit about me and our company, Right Side Trading. My name is Tanya-Gaye Olopade. A lot of you may be more familiar with my husband, Wally Olopade. He's the one that does most of the teaching. So you have probably not heard of me before. Anyone that was here last year may have, but if not, no worries. So I just wanted to let you know that we are a technical strategy research firm. I did also speak on Tuesday. So if you heard my presentation there, I touched on warning signs before a stock market crash. And I appreciate being back today. And I just wanted to let anyone that didn't get a chance to hear me before a little bit about me. I'm not a former expert. I'm not a former Wall Street guru, not a former analyst or a hedge fund manager, not a former coach. You wouldn't have seen me on TV or heard me on the radio or anything like that. I am more of a behind the scenes type of person. I'm not a former floor trader or options expert or commodity broker. I give kudos to all that have that experience. I just wanted to let you know I am not one of those people. That doesn't mean I don't know how to look at the stock market and analyze stocks. I just don't want to confuse you with that. I just want to let you know that I am a woman, I am a wife. I appreciate being on this call, Women Teaching Others About the Stock Market. I feel like there's not a lot of women out there that teach about the stock market, and that can be unfortunate, but we are out here. And I'm a mom, and basically we found a simple way to make money in this complex industry without getting overwhelmed or confused. There's a lot of information out there on the stock market, and you can learn from a plethora of people. And I just wanted you to know that even though there's so much out there, we have found ways to simplify it. And I want to show you a bit more about what we do here. Just a quick disclosure. Teresa, good morning, everyone. Good morning to you too. Quick disclaimer. This is not a recommendation to buy, sell, or hold anything. I'm basically just going to be showcasing the platform that we use to help us analyze stocks and our trades. All right, so we have here what's called the Right Side platform. I'm going to go to it live for you, but I kind of wanted to give a little diagram just to show you what I'm talking about. So with this platform, it helps me stay in healthy stocks because all this technical information has kind of been programmed into the software. So if you take a look at the diagram that I'm showing on the right side, you'll see a red shaded area and a green shaded area. That basically, when I see that, it tells me if the stock is currently bearish, meaning it's going down, The green shaded area tells me if it's trending higher, which means if it's going up and it's bullish, okay? We use something called our RIPE model. It basically just tells me what I need to be doing with that stock when I'm looking at it. We also use what's called a HARP line. These 3 parallel lines, you'll see this one is a little green one, a purplish one, and a red one at the bottom. And that basically shows me the direction that the stock is currently going, and it is healthy. If it's trending higher, it's healthy, it's going up, okay? I hope that makes sense, okay? The beauty of this RIPE model is whenever I see this buy cover, that's when I know what I should be doing. So it basically appears, this terminology appears when I hover over a candlestick. So when you're looking at it, you don't have to guess or hope or wish, like, what should I be doing? What is this stock? What is it time to do? Basically, it says buy cover, okay? So I know that with this HARP line, I want to get in the habit of analyzing and looking to see, okay, if it's in the middle, it's in between the middle and the bottom line, those are the best times to buy if I have a buy cover, right? And I know a stock is at a discounted price when it's in that area, okay? So the other thing I wanted to show you, can I really make money in the stock market, right? So that's what a lot of people kind of ask, like, can you really make money? How do you know how much? How can you identify your private profit targets, okay? And the reason why this HARP line is so amazing is because if I look at a stock and I get a buy cover, I'm hovering over this last candle here. If I get in, I can potentially stay in all the way until it gets to that top line, which is where my gains, that's where my profit target is, right? So I want to stay in that stock until it gets around there, and I can pretty much see the potential profit I can make by staying in the stock, okay? If I buy it and the price is around $32.50 and I sell around here at $34.90, that's the top of the parallel lines, I know the potential is to make a gain of about 7%, okay? So I just wanted to explain what all those indicators were, and I hope that makes sense, right? The other thing is when to protect my positions, all right? So when I see a place stop or exit, anytime I hover, I'm already in the stock. And if I get to a point where I see this place stop or exit, I know I need to do one of 2 things. I either need to get paid insurance or free insurance, and that's just placing a stop, okay? So like I said, it's not one of those things where I have to guess, I have to hope, I have to wish. The software has been programmed to analyze a lot of different data, and I'm clearly able to see what I should do whenever I hover over the candlestick, right? Place a stop or exit is the same as get insured or get out, all right? All right, so should I be buying or I should be selling? So the wonderful thing that I love about this this green shaded background is I know that that particular stock is bullish, okay? It's a clear indication to me. I don't have to, like I said, guess. Whenever I see the red part, I know the red shaded background means I should be selling, I should be shorting, if that's what I want to do. I primarily prefer to be buying when it's in this green shaded area, but if I decide I want to short a stock, that's what I'm looking for. Is it the right time to buy or is it the right time to sell? Okay, that's what I think trips up a lot of people based on, who you follow, or sometimes people will say, I have a gut feeling this stock is going to go up or down. And for me, I don't know how to trade based on a gut feeling. So I appreciate the fact that this background, it just clearly tells me this green section, this is when I should be buying. this red section is when I should be selling. Okay. All right. Another indication of when I should be buying, honestly, is that ripe model that I showed you. Like I said, I'm going to pull up the software itself and I'll show it to you live, but I just wanted to give some screenshots to help explain. Whenever I hover over candle, that ripe model will change. It will tell me what I should be doing. And in this example, if I hovered over the last candlestick, it says buy cover. Okay, the price at that time would have been about $7.08. If I stayed in to where my profit potential or my profit target is, I would sell anywhere around $8.43 to $8.50. So I'm not saying that I'm going to get out at this exact top, right? I'm not saying it's 100%. I'll be at the very top before it starts to change direction. I'm just saying this is where I'm looking to get out. Okay. And around there would have been about 843, 850. The profit potential there would have been 19 to 20%. Okay. So that's how I can analyze my stocks. I can say, okay, if I stayed in, am I good with 19% profit? Am I good with 20% profit? If I am, hey, let's go for it. Okay. Here's another example. CTHR. This last candlestick says buy cover. Okay. It's in between the middle and the bottom harp line. So that's a good time to get in. You can see that it's trending higher. You could see the green background is showing that it's bullish. There was a period of time where it was bearish, and I want to make sure I'm past that point. And then this is a candlestick where it says, this is the time where if I'm looking to buy, this is a good time to get in. Okay. And then around this time would have been about $2.38. My potential target profit would be up here where this third line is at the top. That's around $2.85 or $3. So that's potentially 19 to 26% of profit if I stayed in all the way to the top of that line. Okay. All right. So here's GameStop. So I know a lot of us have heard about GameStop. When is it too late to buy? I remember reading an article about a young lady. She had purchased some stocks for her son, back in the day at GameStop, because that's what he was into. My son loves Nintendo Switch. He's into games. So she bought probably about 10 or so stocks for her son. And it was around this time where GameStop took off, right? It's in the news. Everybody's like, man, this GameStop is on fire. Did you hear what's happening with this stock? And she so happened to remember that she had bought some shares of stock for her son. And she made a good profit on it. He was excited. He, made some money, and she was like, wow, this is pretty cool. By the time, I was looking at GameStop, I could say, okay, is it too late to get in? Okay. So went into the software, looked at the harp line. It had been trending higher, but at this point, it was already past this top harp line. It's already up here. So for me, it was too late to get in. And I didn't want to be chasing a stock. If you've ever heard that terminology, I don't want to be chasing after it, wondering, does it have a little bit more room to grow? I don't want to guess, or I don't want to hope. I don't want to jump in and try to chase something if I'm not sure that it's still going to go up or down, right? So this just helps me make sure that I decide, okay, am I getting in at the right time? Okay, is it too late? And for me, looking at this information, it would have been too late to buy. Okay. All right, here is another example of when should I sell or when should I exit? Okay, I know I should sell when the right model says sell, like it's really cut and dry. Okay, I know I need to get ready to sell if it's in this red section, like I mentioned. Okay, the shaded background. And the last candle, when I hover over it, says sell short. So that's how I know I need to sell, okay? You can clearly see it was rolling over from, it had been going up for a period of time, and it starts to transition and it goes into a bearish sentiment. And now, okay, I'm already seeing that it's bearish, and I know, I press on that, and then I know, okay, this is the time I want to sell, okay? So that was just kind of a background, just wanted to show you some elements, but let's go ahead and look at the platform live, and I can show you in more detail a little bit more about what it can do, okay? So when I first log in, I will get to the dashboard. That's basically the first tab it defaults to, and then I'll go to the chart. And what I like to do is start with the S&P 500, okay? So that will load up here, okay? And let me just walk you through basically what happens. So on the far left, you start with dashboard, chart, screeners. If I wanted to hide that, I could, or if I want to bring it back, that's where I would go, okay? Typed in the symbol, which is the SPY, and then you have two separate tabs. It says price chart here, and which is what we're looking at, and then a seasonality chart. We'll get to that in just a moment. All right, and you can change the time frame from daily, weekly, or monthly. Right now we're on the 3 months daily chart, okay? And the right model, as I mentioned, what will happen is as soon as I hover over one of the candlesticks, you'll see what the right model says. It says wait or hold in this case, okay? For those that like it, we also included the volume. I don't necessarily use a volume, but we know that people do like to look at that. So you can turn that on or off. And also here's that harp line that I mentioned earlier. So you can see the SPY, it's trending downwards, right? You can also see there's a reddish background. So that means we're in a bearish mode for the SPY, okay? And if I needed to make a decision, should I be trading the SPY right now, or should I be buying or selling? Right now, I would just hold off. If I'm not already in it, which I'm not already in it right now, but I would just hold off for right now. If you're already trading it, you want to just wait. Okay, that's what it says here on the right model. Okay. So I'm going to click on the seasonality chart real quick so you could see what that is. Okay, it'll load up here in just a moment. And for the seasonality, we have a couple of different things going on, or a few things going on. You can turn on or off this check mark. It says a 10-year seasonality. That's that yellow line that you see going across the chart, okay? You can also check or uncheck a 5-year seasonality. Just so you know what that means, that's basically, it's an average of what has happened with the SPY over the last 5 or 10 years, okay? If I were to hover over what's going on right now, you can see during this time, February and March, on average over the last 5 to 10 years, it's been going down, right? What is expected to do around the end of this month is start to go up if you look at the seasonality of it, okay? So we're going to come back into a little bit more details, but I wanted to show you some more things about how we look at stocks and how we even find stocks to analyze, okay? So the other thing, we'll come back to the seasonality chart in just a moment. So the other thing I wanted to show you is our screener, which this is where we go when we go to scan for stocks. So that's the thing I feel like a lot of people ask is, well, how do you even find these stocks? I mean, I know there's a lot of stuff out there that's popular in the news. There's a lot of things that people will say, oh, take a look at this or take a look at that. For me, when I'm ready to find stocks, I just go to our screener, okay? So we have several different scans in here. Right now, because the market is in a bearish mode, I'm just going to select the sell short scan, okay? You can choose between daily, weekly, or monthly. For this example, we're just going to go ahead and do the daily scan, and I just hit get results. Okay. So I like to sort it by volume, and per page, you'll see there's 5 stocks. If I wanted to change it, I could change it to 10, 25, or 100. Right now, I'll just pick the 10, okay? And to save time, I did pick a few stocks, but you can see that it gives you a list of stocks that you can look at that are ready to sell or be shorted, okay? If I wanted to, I can hit download and it would open up into an Excel spreadsheet, and I can sort it, do things of that nature, okay? So it also has TSX for anyone in Canada. Those are Canadian stocks. TSX is that exchange for Canada. So if you're not familiar with that, that's what that means, but I'm sure the Canadians on the line would know what that is, okay? So let's take a look at AT&T, for example. This was on the list of stocks that are ready to short, okay? So right now, I can clearly see the first thing is it's showing that red background here. So it's bearish. You can even see all the candlesticks going down up until this point. And if I hover over this last candlestick, there is my signal. It says in the right model, sell short, okay? So like I mentioned, I don't really have to guess. I don't have to hope. I don't have to wish. I could see that it's going down, but is it still a good time to short if I wanted to? Then I turn on this heart line. And like I said, it's going down. Now, if I wanted to short it, I would be looking for it to be in between these two lines, the top line here and the middle line. Okay, so this is like the best time to get in if I wanted to get in, right? And then I'm going to keep looking to see where the profit potential is. And that's about where I want to get out. And that's showing around 2188. Yeah, right? So AT&T, you can see it's already in bearish mode. The software has given the signal this to sell or to short. And it's in a great position to get in with the potential to stay in all the way until this line at the bottom. Okay. I hope that makes sense. Everybody with me? Right? Okay, great. Great. Okay, so let's go to Verizon. All right. Let's go down here. As you can see, it is showing that the red background, it's in a bearish mode. And if I hover over this last candle, it says sell short. Because here's the thing. It's great to look at what has happened in the past. You can look at last week, last month, last year to analyze and understand what a stock has done. But I can't make money based on the past because it's already happened, right? I need to be able to look at a stock and say, how do I make money now? Right? And when I look at a stock that I'm ready to short, this tells me, okay, should I be shorting? Should I be buying? Should I be selling? That's how I know if I'm on the right side of the stock. That's part of the reason why we named our company Right Side Trading. The whole idea is once we finish our analysis, we need to know if we're going to be able to make money on the right side of the chart. Are we going in the right direction? Okay. Without having to hope, wish, pray, I need clear data, clear evidence, clear indications. You've probably seen it maybe on Facebook, or you've heard it or seen it in an email. We say all the time, Wally says all the time, I say it all the time, the stock market is not random. We truly believe that. It's part of the reason why we have this software, because there is a lot of data out there and we basically programmed it all in here so it's clear cut, it's easy to see. Okay. So let's go to the next example, Comcast. All right. You can take a look what's been happening. It's been going down. It's been going down. Right now, it's in bearish mode. You can see the red shaded background. If I hover over that last candle, it says sell short. All right. This would be the time to short if I wanted to short. Let me go ahead and turn on the harp line. You can see it's still in between the top and the middle line. That's like the best time I want to get in. So I don't feel like I'm chasing it. The direction that it's going is down. This would be the time to get in, and I want to potentially stay in all the way down here as close as I can, right? And if I stayed in all the way there, that's about $44.87. I'm good with that profit potential. I'm good with that, okay? All right, so let me look at this really quick. I'll walk you through what it said, let's say from here, okay? All right, so let's say I was in it to the long side, right? I expected it to go up, you know, and I'm looking at this candlestick and it says get in short or get out. So if I was already in this stock, expected to go long, I hover over these two candles, it says get in short or get out. Because something's happening, something's changing, okay? The greens mean, the green section means get out, get in short or get out. Then I hover over this next candle. So you see the transition from the green shaded background to the red shaded background. So I know we've gone from a bullish sentiment to a bearish sentiment. And it says, exit your longs, short your stop. Short stop. Okay. Then the next signal here says sell short. So I could have potentially gotten in here if I wanted to short. And then it's still given a signal to short here. So it gives you plenty of time to see the signal when you should get in. And I don't have to guess. I don't have to wish or say, is it doing it right now? It clearly says this is what's happening right now. Okay. All right, so let's take a look at another stock that we're looking at. DOC. Okay. Right now, it is in a bearish mode. But if I started at this candle right here, it said get in short or get out. Right now, with this shaded green background, this particular candlestick I'm looking at, it was supposed to be going higher. But the right model says get in short or get out. The next candle, get in short or get out. Get in short or get it out, get out. So this is a daily chart, right? So 3 days of saying get in short or get out. And then the next candlestick, the background has changed to a bearish background and it says sell short. So that tells me, okay, here's when I want to get into the short side. If I wanted to short this stock, here's the signal, here's what the right model is telling me to do. Okay, I'm going to turn on the harp line right here. You can see it's trending down, 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 down. Right now, it is one of the best times I could get in and potentially ride it all the way down to this third line here at the bottom. Okay. Around 1685, 1636. Okay. Any questions so far? Not sure if I kind of sped through anything too fast based on what we're looking at. Any questions? It's okay. I mean, I know it's maybe new for a lot of people. I kind of wanted to show you also the seasonality side of things. So let me just bring that over. All right. Okay. So here's McDonald's. Here's an interesting story that something we do with our kids. I have a 7-year-old and a 10-year-old. And from time to time, they'll want to go to McDonald's. And the way we explain, because the whole idea of what we put into the software was, okay, if we needed to teach our kids about trading, what would we tell them? And seasonality for them is like a birthday. That's how they understand seasonality. So every stock, every company has a birthday. Okay. So if they want to go to McDonald's, it's like, okay, well, let's take a look and see if it's their birthday time, right? And like I mentioned before, the yellow and the blue lines are the 10-year and 5-year seasonality. Like I said, it's just an average of what has happened in the past 5 or 10 years. Okay. And if I hover over what's going on right now, if you could see what was happening in February and historically what is done in the past 5 or 10 years, it's been going down. And around mid-March is when it's expected to go higher, right? So what we're saying is right now it's supposed to go down up until we get to mid-March, and then it's expected to go up. That's our seasonality, okay? So I'm gonna click on this here. It says a future seasonality scan. And basically what that gives you is the best times historically over the past 5 or 10 years that it's gone higher. And that's right in the range that we are right now. We're in March. It literally feels like we just started January, but now we're in March. And it's expected to go higher in March. And you can see historically it's gone up in March all the way. And it's the most consistent rally through May. And then around June, July is when it drops historically, or the most consistency, I should say, in the past 5 or 10 years, it's dropped. Okay. So the thing about seasonality that I feel like a lot of people get hung up to is sometimes we'll kind of blindly say, okay, this stock is supposed to go up at this time. But the beauty of, I have a question here. Does your program work independently and have to be installed? It's actually a web-based program. Thank you for that question. So you just have to log in once you get the credentials. You don't have to download anything to your computer. So yes, it does work independently as a web-based software. Thank you for that question. Okay. So the beauty of this seasonality chart is it will show you what has happened, the most consistent rallies or the most consistent drops. But is it going to happen now? Right? Remember how I said I can learn from the past, which is great, but what should I be doing now? How do I make money now? Should I be getting in now? Is it going to happen now? So when you think about a birthday, you know, if there's a party going on, let's say someone invited you to the party last year, you know, we'll tell our kids this. It doesn't mean they'll automatically have a birthday party this year. It will still be their birthday, but it doesn't mean they'll have a birthday party. And if you're invited, right? So what we'll do in this instance is go back to the price chart and we'll hover over. This is a feature you can hide and unhide. Are you invited? That's what the right model will tell you. And right now it says wait or hold. So it could be a party coming up. you could be invited, but for right now, we're just gonna wait and hold, okay? So that's how we've kind of paired seasonality with what's going on right now. We want to get a buy cover, or we want to get a sell short if that's what we're looking for. In this case, we're saying McDonald's is supposed to be going up sometime in March, right? So if it's going to happen, and my signal to say, okay, am I going to buy now? I need to see a buy cover on this price chart. Okay, and that last candle is what I want to focus on, because that tells me what's happening right now. And I don't have a buy cover yet, so it's not the time to buy. That's what this communicates to me. Okay. It needs to have a green background, and I need to get a buy cover, right? So I don't want to just blindly follow seasonality without seeing, okay, what's happening in the market right now. Okay. Let's take a look at UPS. So the kids, they love, buying things and getting packages in the mail, and, we'll see our neighbors have packages. So they'll say, well, can we buy something? So we're like, okay, well, let's look at UPS's stock. For them, it's fun to learn about stocks, but we try to make it fun for them because they don't watch the news and they don't know all this other stuff that's happening. But we say, okay, when is UPS's birthday? Okay, well, let's pull it up on the chart. All right. And we'll see. Let me click on this here. Around this time, somewhere in March, UPS goes up. It goes higher. It rallies higher. Okay. All the way till about May. And then from May through June, somewhere in mid-June is when it goes down. Okay. So they're about to have a birthday. It's supposed to be going higher. Is it happening now? So we'll go back to the price chart. We'll see the very first thing is this red background, like, oh man, this tells me that it's not going up right now. It's supposed to go up sometime, but it's not. And if I hover over this red candle, this last candle, it says wait or hold. So that means the birthday, excuse me. Sorry about that. The birthday is coming up, but not yet. They haven't given me the invitation, which is that right model telling me buy cover. That's my invitation. Time to come to the party. Right now, it's saying wait or hold. So it's not yet. Okay. And you need a buy cover and you need a green background in order to come to the party, in order to get in. Okay. All right. Let's take a look at IBM. Everybody knows about IBM, very popular company. Let me go ahead and turn on this seasonality. Okay, and when you take a look at it, in March, historically over the last 5-10 years, it's gone higher, it's rallied higher. Is it happening now is the question. Okay, so then I go back to my price chart. Okay, I see a green background, supposed to be bullish. But when I hover over the last candle, it says get in short or get out. So I don't have a buy signal yet. I don't have a buy cover. So it's not quite time to get in. Okay. So this just kind of saves a little bit of heartache, getting in too soon or getting in too late. or having money tied up into something that's not ready. So that's one of the beauties of having the price chart and the seasonality kind of go hand in hand. Okay. And it doesn't take a lot to analyze it. You just have to know what to look for. Okay. Let's take a look at VMware. I'm not sure if I'm saying it right. VMW. Okay. I'm going to turn on this seasonality scan, future seasonality scan. It looks 6 months into the future. And what's the most consistent rallies coming up? VMW has it going on in March as well. Supposed to go higher in March, sometime in March. The question is it happening right now? To find out, I'd go back to the price chart, turn on my harp line, and I can clearly see the reddish background says, well, it's bearish right now. It should be green, but it's still bearish. And if I hover over this last candle, it just says wait or hold. So it's not time for me to get in. Okay, let me speed through a few of these. BAX is the next stock we're going to take a look at. Another example of it, supposed to go higher in March. Let's go to the price chart. Is it happening now? Nope, it's not ready yet. It actually says sell short. So I need a green background and I need a buy cover. All right, CF Industries. All right, now here's an example to the downside. It's a bearish example, okay? So sometime in March, over the last 5 or 10 years, it's gone down. You'll see those lines trending down. So it's supposed to have a birthday sometime this month, but it's going down, bearish, okay? If I go to the price chart, is it happening now? Is it time to short? Who thinks it's time to short? Okay, it's not time to short yet because the background is green. It should be red and it should say sell short if it was time to short. Okay. All right, so let me breeze through one more example. 1-800-Flowers. FLWS. Around this time, it's supposed to go up. Okay. Did it rally this year or not? It did not, right? You'll see it's been bearish this year. So if out of the last 5 or 10 years, it was supposed to go up around February, March, you can see it's been bearish this whole time this year. So for anyone that was banking on, you know what, for the last 5 or 10 years, around this time, 1-800-Flowers always goes up, right? That's what you hear. It always goes up. Valentine's Day, right? Very popular. It's understandable why 1-800-Flowers will go up during February because of Valentine's Day. But if you were looking to buy the stock and make some money off of it, expecting to go up, it went down this year for whatever reason. This was not the year they went up. So if I'd have just blindly jumped in expecting it to make money going higher, this saved me from getting in. Okay. The platform saved us. I was really hoping that it would go up, but for whatever reason, it didn't. and this saved me from losing out big. Okay. So let me go ahead and finish up with a special offer for anyone that's interested. Okay, so typically our platform, the access costs $367 a month for 30 days access. We want to do a special promo for this event today, and it's only $147 for anyone that would like to take advantage. If you go to rightsidetrading.com/promo, it'll pop up. It'll actually give you an option between a 30-day access or 90-day access, but to keep it simple here, it's $147 for 30 days. And also as a bonus, you'll get a couple of things. You'll get access to our Right Side report. Wally writes that report every week. It comes out every weekend, Sunday or Monday mornings before the market opens. And here's where, because the market was in unison, we expect the uptrend has now come to an end. So you'll see from the report, we're telling our subscribers what we see based on our analysis. Okay. Here's another example of the report. The pandemic bottom. Okay. So I'm just going to give you a little snippets. There's more information on the website. Okay. So like I said, for anyone that's interested, it's 30 days access of the Right Side platform. You'll get, as a bonus, the Right Side report, which comes out weekly, 30 days access of that, and also our weekly analysis room. So every Monday night, we have a webinar.
Hey, Tanya, are you there? You cut out. Unless, can everyone hear me? Okay, looks like we lost her. Connection went out or something. Just wait for a second to see if she can come back.